Oaks is a Harlan Hill Trophy finalist. The winner of that award will be announced December 19th.
If you haven't yet, take a chance on a new program that we do here every morning at 7 o'clock on WFGX. It's called The Morning Current. A closer look at some of the stories, a lot of participation from you to make our stories more interesting. Plus, we have a little bit of fun.
We stream it on our WEAR website or just stream it on Facebook with us or YouTube. We would love for you to join us in just about 3 minutes.
You're watching WEAR News, The Morning Current on WFGX.
And good morning, and thank you. I know it takes a little bit of an effort to tune us on in, or streaming and all that. We really appreciate your effort to tune us in to The Morning Current. I'm Jared Willits.
I'm Laura Hussey. It is 7 a.m. and we've got a lot to talk about today.
Healthcare experts are a little concerned now about a new strain of the flu making its way across the country.
Indeed, data shows last year was the most intense for the flu that we've seen in a while, the highest number of hospitalizations in 15 years.
Aria Serker joining us here in the studio this morning to tell us that doctors think this year might be even worse.
Yeah, flu season is in full effect, and this season brings a different threat. A new influenza strain called Subclade K. Dr. Ann Payne Johnson from Baptist Healthcare says it's more contagious than the other strains. It's a new strain, but the same symptoms. Dr. Payne Johnson says sickness brings fever, cough, body aches, and a runny nose. She says children, senior citizens, and people with health conditions are at the highest risk.
I don't typically force patients to get a whole bunch of shots, but I'm like, this year, I definitely would not go without a flu shot.
Florida Department of Health, dozens of counties are dealing with increasing cases. That includes parts of the Panhandle like Escambia and Okaloosa counties. Dr. Payne Johnson says this year's vaccine was created before this new strain popped up, but she says the shot will still decrease the illness load. Laura, Jared.
If you'd like to find out more about this story, it's available on our website. Scan the QR. It'll take you right there.
7:02 right now, and it is not the best morning to head out the door and hit the road. But let's just be real. Brooke, what can we expect?
Yeah, we're going to be seeing the rain today, and it is going to be a wet couple of days. It's not just today. We're going to see the rain around for Friday and Saturday. Now, right now, we do have a little bit of a break with some clouds over our Okaloosa Island camera, but we still have the rain for a large portion of our area. We're just going to have a brief little break, and that's what we're going to see through the next couple of days. Every once in a while, you'll have a nice little break from the rain, but that doesn't mean you're done with it for the day. You can see where all the heavy stuff is north of the interstate now. So if you are traveling the interstate, it is looking better. Still going to be wet. We did just have some very heavy showers move through. You can see that heavy rain still around the interstate for Okaloosa County. So just keep that in mind for your traveling this morning. Take it nice and easy out there. Be safe this morning. Temperatures are in the 40s. We are on the cool side. We'll be in the 50s for your afternoons. And we do have those winds anywhere from 5 to even 10 miles an hour coming in from the east. Very light winds compared to what we typically see with some of our rain. So it's just going to be a calm, rainy day. We are going to have the rain all the way through the day, even lasting into Friday and Saturday. So make sure you do have the umbrella and the rain jacket. You're going to want it. As we head into the end of the weekend, we should see an improving forecast. We'll talk about that sunshine that we can expect coming up.
At 7:03, you're going to get out there and drive in the rain. Give you a little heads up as we offer a shot of the 3 Mile Bridge. A little slick perhaps, but that will be the only issue you'll face this morning so far.
A former Brinks security employee is now charged with stealing more than $100,000.
Brian Miller, he's charged with larceny. Escambia County Sheriff's Office says Brinks Company had Miller delivering bags of money on November 21st. They apparently accidentally placed 5 bags in the truck instead of 4, and then that extra bag of money went missing.
There's more. Then Miller quit his job. The Sheriff's Office says they found some of the money in Miller's possession.
We did a search warrant. Ended up finding a couple bags full of $20 bills. One bag actually had the paper bundle, the wrapping on it that actually had Brinks on it. So it's pretty clear it was the Brinks. It was the Brinks money. Also, some money in his wallet was discovered as well.
Some of the money recovered. Sheriff Chip Simmons believes part of the cash may have been used at a casino. He was released on a $50,000 bond.
And boy, are the comments coming in on this one. Some people are questioning why he even tried or saying it wasn't the smartest move.
From Pamela, did he think they wouldn't notice?
And Charles said, well, if he didn't take so much money at once, he might have been able to get a little money and not get caught. Just saying. And
from Daniel this, people crack me up thinking it would go unnoticed.
The arrest of an advocate for the homeless during a food distribution at MLK Plaza in Pensacola is bringing some similar stories to light now.
You remember Michael Kimbrell. He was arrested last Friday during a distribution held by the nonprofit Food Not Bombs. They routinely hold those distributions at the MLK Plaza. They've done it for like the past 14 years.
Now, Kimbrell says he was approached by police for holding the event after sunset. We heard from another Pensacola resident who says something similar happened to him last year. Dan Lindeman says he crossed through MLK Plaza to get across the street, and an officer told him to leave the park or he could face a misdemeanor charge for being there after sundown.
Lindeman says the rules and hours to the park are not clear, says the city knows that it is an issue.
The city wants to have walkability and vibrancy and all this stuff, and yet they've got an ordinance that says the main walkway going down to South Palafox is closed at sunset. And then they put lights all over the trees and they invite people to come down, and yet their ordinances, you can be charged with a misdemeanor for being on a sidewalk.
Lindeman says he went to council and asked for the park to stay open. About a year ago, we reached out to Pensacola's District 6 Councilwoman Allison Patton, but she was unavailable.
Here are the questions we wanted to ask. Will MLK Plaza ever be open to the public after sunset? And why is MLK Plaza currently closed to the public after sunset?
Story continuing to gain a lot of attention on social media. At last report, 300 comments have come in since we posted it yesterday. A lot of comments along the same line asking about enforcement.
For example, Melissa asked, closed how? Do cops approach every person walking through the park after the sun goes down? What about gallery night?
And from Allen, well, here we are. Are you obligated? Here's the question. Do the police in Pensacola, do they enforce the park closing times evenly throughout the city's many parks?
And Katie said it's a walkway. So what now? Nobody can park there and walk after sunset? Ridiculous.
We're so glad you've tuned into the Morning Minute, and this show is about all the news stories, of course, and your thoughts on them, engagement with you. We'd like you to get in on the whole conversation. Why not scan that QR code on your screen to do that? You can send us your pictures, videos, and comments. Let us know your questions. Could be tied to a story or something happening in your community, or maybe you just want to ask us a question. So scan the QR code and get in on it.
And get your pictures in if you want to see them on the show. You can text WEAR TV to 95577 or just look for the Chime In tab on our website. We got much more ahead for you.
A wrongful death lawsuit now filed over the UPS crash in Kentucky last month, what the families of 2 victims are now seeking.
The DoD Inspector General releasing a report on Pete Hegseth's use of the app Signal, what it says about the Defense Secretary and that controversial chat.
A lot of things to think about, but every now and then, just take a break, clear the mind, and join us for a coffee break.
A Thunderbirds pilot is safe after ejecting from his jet because right before it crashed in the Southern California desert.
Happened yesterday morning, San Bernardino County in the Mojave Desert between LA and Vegas. Nellis Air Force Base says it happened during that training mission for the demonstration team. The pilot taken to the hospital, injuries not life-threatening. No real details released about how it happened. Thunderbirds, of course, practice out of Nellis Air Force Base during the winter months.
The families of 2 of the victims in that UPS plane crash in Kentucky are now filing a wrongful death lawsuit.
Not unexpected. The cargo plane crashed November 4th, shortly after takeoff, or during takeoff, really. 14 people on board and on the ground died. The left engine just fell off. NTSB says a pylon connecting the engine to the wing had cracks in it.
The lawsuit has been filed against UPS, Boeing, as well as GE, which is the company that built the engine. Attorneys for the victims' families say the plane was, quote, well beyond its useful life. UPS and other carriers have grounded their entire fleets of MD-11s as this is all going on.
MD-11's average 30 years old, this one 34. The families say they want accountability, answers, and all damages, recoverable under Kentucky law.
A Pentagon watchdog says Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth risked exposing sensitive information when he used the messaging app Signal.
You remember this. A report released by the DoD Inspector General found the information he had shared was classified by U.S. Central Command before he sent it to his wife and colleagues, and also Vice President J.D. Vance. Hegseth shared information about a planned military strike in Yemen earlier this year.
The Inspector General says if this information had fallen into enemy hands, U.S. troops would have been at risk. They concluded Hegseth should not have used this commercial app to share sensitive information.
The Inspector General went on to say that Hegseth refused to interview for their investigation, saying he sent a statement instead, saying he was acting within his rights because he has the power to classify and declassify information. Also refuted claims the information would have put troops at risk.
For example, one of the messages read, quote, this is when the first bombs will definitely drop, and it did include a time. And now as it was posted to X, no classified information, total exoneration, case closed. Houthis bombed into submission. Thank you for your attention to this IG report. That was Hegseth's response on X.
Let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein now. Over 150 images, dozens of videos have been released.
This includes some videos of the island that we've never seen before. This all was released yesterday by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee. The images do not show any individuals, no people. They were taken by the U.S. Virgin Islands government in 2020 during civil litigation against Epstein's estate.
It includes a room with a dentist chair and masks hanging over the walls. Videos also show walkthroughs of a bedroom, bathroom, helipad, and a pool. Some of the images had been previously released.
The GOP is accusing Democrats of chasing headlines, saying they're being very selective with what they are releasing. This all happened as Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell is fighting to keep her grand jury transcripts sealed. She says that if they are released, it would keep her from getting a fair retrial. Right now, Maxwell is serving 20 years for aiding Epstein in his abuse of young girls.
It has been 1 year to the day after he allegedly shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare. Luigi Mangione will be back in court.
Day 3 of hearings to determine exactly what evidence and testimony can be shown to the jury at trial. Mangione shot and killed Brian Thompson on a Manhattan sidewalk last year. Now his attorneys want certain evidence tossed out, including the murder weapon, which was a 3D printed gun, and Luigi Mangione's journal, in which he allegedly criticizes the health insurance industry.
They say those things were taken from his backpack without a warrant. They also say officers waited too long to read him his Miranda rights. 6 witnesses have spoken at the hearing so far, also showed security footage and played 911 calls. The hearings could last into next week.
Well, it appears the weather is throwing a wrench into plans for the Snowball Derby, but the show will go on, they are telling us.
This weekend at Five Flags Speedway, rain, of course, forecasted for tomorrow, moving the modified Mayhem to Monday. Rain also cutting into setup and practice time for the drivers. Fans being told to monitor their Facebook page for any updates regarding the schedule.
The Snowball Derby is the largest short track race in the country. Kyle Busch and Eric Jones on tap to drive this year. The 300-lap main event is still scheduled for Sunday at 1 p.m.
Want to know everything about the Snowball Derby this weekend? Head to our website, WEARTV.com, or scan the QR on your TV screen. It'll take you right there.
All right, here we go.
Christmas tree.
And 1.
The Christmas tree at 30 Rock is now lit. We didn't know we were going to have a countdown. That appeared to be Reba, didn't it?
Yeah, she was there.
Oh, that's so cool. And look at that spectacular beauty.
Do they have an ice rink underneath it?
I am not
thing?
Nearby.
Nearby.
Yeah. It's
so
a
cool.
75-foot Norway spruce, by the way, donated by Judy Ross in honor of her late husband and family.
Apparently the tree was planted by her great-great-parents in the 1920s. How many lights are on this thing, Laura?
50,000 plus Swarovski crystal decorations as well. I mean, it really is such a holiday tradition. It started in 1931. They wanted to raise people's spirits during the Great Depression. The garlands were handmade by the workers' families.
Yeah, apparently it weighs 900 pounds, and Vanessa just said we should put it in the studio. I don't think you realize how small the studio is, Vanessa.
Yeah, I don't know. It would fill up the whole studio.
Maybe
nice,
sideways.
Nice idea. Okay, we were talking a little bit about the weather and the snowball derby. What other impacts can we expect this weekend? Are we going to see heavy rain?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have some little pockets of heavy rain. It's mainly just looking like constant rain. It's going to be just not the prettiest, but we definitely need the rain in the area. So it's a welcome sight for us. Unfortunately, it is going to put a damper on any of those plans you may have had today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Good news, Sunday does look better. So if you can move those plans, those outdoor plans to Sunday, it is going to be a beneficial benefit to you, and then also just maybe indoors for the next couple of days, because right now we do have a little bit of a break. We have some clouds, and we'll see this every once in a while. Every once in a while you'll have a nice little stretch with not the rain falling, but that's not going to last long. You can already see some of those showers making their way closer to the areas that have dried up slightly. We're still looking at some pockets of some of those heavier showers. It is looking isolated, but those rain showers are around. So there's a look right now at where we're seeing some of those drier conditions, the heavier rain showers just to the north of I-10. Here's a look at that future cast. You can see the rain moves right back in as we head into the afternoon and evening. So you want to keep this in mind if you are heading out on the roads anytime from now through the afternoon. Could have some of those heavier showers falling, so you want to just make sure you're giving yourself plenty of extra time to just take it nice, easy, slow, and safe on those roads. We are going to be looking at the wet roads all the way into the evening and nighttime. We're still looking at showers heading into your Friday. It's going to be a little bit slower to start on Friday. We'll have the clouds, a few light sprinkles, but the rain chance ramps up after we get closer to about 10 p.m. Those showers will, or 10 a.m. Those showers will continue to spread out through the day on Friday. We'll still have those wet conditions into the evening on Friday. And unlike what we're expecting tonight, the rain chance is going to continue all the way through the overnight hours. So it is going to be a rainy evening. We will have the rain for Saturday, most of that Saturday morning and afternoon. We will eventually have this come to an end heading into the end of the day on Saturday. So 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and then by the time we hit about 8 o'clock, we're going to be looking at clouds and those conditions starting to dry up. Overall, when it's all said and done, really over the next 3 days, this is our 7 days rain total, but the rains for the next 3 days, 2 to 3 inches possible. So that's a decent amount of rain. The good news is it does come over a long period of time, so shouldn't be dealing with any of those flooding issues. Let's talk about those temperatures. 40s right now. We are expecting temperatures to be in the 50s for your afternoon. It is going to be in the 40s and 50s through most of the day today, and we're going to stay in those 40s and 50s, possibly some 60s as we head into the week, end of the week, but it is going to be looking fairly mild all the way into Saturday. Stay-time rain forecast. We have 1 to 2 feet for the Gulf. Winds out of the east-northeast at about 10 to 15 knots, and we do have our red flags flying with a good chance we'll see our green flags later today. Here's a look at that week ahead. We do have our rain chances around, and they will stay with us all the way through Saturday. It's going to be quite wet as we go through Saturday. Sunday, we are going to be seeing a much better forecast, and that does trend into next week with some sunshine and temperatures in the 60s.
Keeping an eye on your morning drive. This is a live shot at 110 Airport. We don't see the damp roads really holding anything up right now. It is 7:19.
My favorite princess, more stunning than ever, rocking the royal headgear. We'll take a look.
We are just sitting here talking about how much we love the Princess of Wales. She's so awesome.
She
Isn't
carries
she
herself so
awesome?
well. Yeah.
Anyway, apparently
Yeah.
the big talk about the tiara that she wore, apparently it's the biggest one that she wore at a state banquet last night at Windsor Castle. There's a shot of it. This is in honor of a visit by the German president. This was Queen Victoria's Oriental Circlet tiara, and she was wearing it for the first time.
And she's just rocking the whole outfit.
Oh my gosh, could she be more stunning? I don't even think so.
Yeah, it was apparently commissioned for Prince Albert for his wife in 1853, and it features 2,600 diamonds. It was also worn by the Queen Mother and Queen Elizabeth. I have a question.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all would know the answer. I don't know the answer. What's the difference between a tiara and a crown?
Tiara's all halfway.
Okay. You
And
know
a
the
crown,
answer.
crown's like a hat.
I guess it's all the way around.
Crown's
I
like
believe
a big
so.
old
I didn't
hat. Anyway, this is only the 5th tiara the princess has ever worn. The first one was when she married Prince Will in 2011. Last night, she also wore a pair of the late Queen Elizabeth's earrings.
Wow.
I know. We love her.
They have
All
quite
right,
the
speaking
jewelry
of
collection.
queens, right?
Oh, yeah, Queen of Country Music.
Dolly Parton. If you don't love Dolly Parton, there's something wrong with you.
Well, and
I'll
she
just say
stays
that.
busy. Another project from Dolly, this one to make Tennessee highways a little more enjoyable.
Give Buc-ee's a run for their money, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be Dolly's Tennessean travel stops. I'm picturing something pink and sparkly when I imagine
Right.
this. It's a rest stop areas. They will feature modern amenities, curated dining, and authentic regional retail spaces, which I'm assuming is going to be pink and sparkly.
I'm thinking that's probably a safe guess. She's in a partnership with a brand called Tennessee and Travel Stop. I'm guessing it's like a Buc-ee's. Maybe you can let us know on social media. But the first one's going to be in Cornersville,
Yeah.
Cornersville, Tennessee. It's expected to open in early summer of 2026, and they will expand not only in Tennessee, but other states.
I'm picturing a road trip.
Why not?
Live shot. You know,
Yeah.
I no doubt there'll be in the wintertime a roaring fireplace to sit back and relax and enjoy your Dolly Parton cornbread.
You know, maybe since we're thinking about it early, we can even get Dolly on the show.
Oh my gosh, that
Yeah.
would be a get, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
You think? Ain't
Dolly-
gonna happen.
The worst that she can say is no, and she'll say it sweetly.
That's yeah, probably so. She would. Okay, we move on.
From April Abercrombie, look at this stunner. This is Honey James, everybody, being so good.
And Cornelia Criddle, this is Walter Ray in Indiana, are ready for the cold weather. I love their matching sweaters.
Yeah, they're
They look
posing.
so sweet.
When the morning current continues, Nick Saban making his mark along the Gulf Coast. What's he doing in Orange Beach? Good morning and welcome back. It is 7:28. The nation's largest rental company, Greystar, will pay more than $20 million over claims they deceived their renters.
The Federal Trade Commission says Greystar misled consumers by advertising low rents, then adding mandatory fees at the end of the rental process. The FTC is going to receive $23 million that will then be refunded to customers.
The FTC in the state of Colorado accused Greystar in January of misrepresenting the true cost of renting a property by displaying a deceptively low rental price.
The complaint said hidden fees were found after a lease was signed. Examples including Greystar property listings on sites like Zillow, where they're accused of not listing these mandatory fees along with the rental price. Now, Greystar does own 2 properties in Escambia County, the Lyria apartment complex and Covey Homes Jennings Place, which is a subdivision of rental homes in Beulah.
Their online listings currently show a base rate plus a detailed list of additional fees. We don't know right now if or how residents of these properties, have or have not been impacted.
We reached out to Greystar as well, and they referred us to their release, which reads in part, Greystar continues to maintain, as it has from the start of this matter, that its advertising has always been transparent, fair, and fully consistent with the long-standing industry-wide practice of advertising base rent to potential residents. Now, the settlement agreement contains no admission of wrongdoing.
A lot of people reacting to the settlement online. Eric tells us, put them out of business and arrest the company execs.
Lana is asking, what about the other properties they owned?
And Travis said this, horrible company all around.
College football icon Nick Saban getting his feet wet, if you will, along the Gulf Coast.
Mr. Saban, coach, and his wife, Terry, part of an investment group buying the Perdido Beach Resort in Orange Beach. All the information from AL.com. Aurora Hospitality Partners announced the acquisition, taking over operations.
Now, the terms of purchase were not disclosed, but also in on the deal is Saban's billionaire business partner, Joe Agresti. The pair own the Dream Motor Group together, dealerships in 5 states. The Perdido Beach Resort, if you're familiar, first opened up in Orange Beach in 1987.
What do you think about all this? Changes are coming to the fuel efficiency standards set in place during the Biden administration.
The president wants to lower the standards, saying that they are expensive for car companies, which makes cars expensive for consumers. The Biden-era policy required average cars to get 50 miles per gallon. It incentivized companies to make more electric cars as well.
Now, President Trump's policy would only require 34 miles a gallon. The president says the new rules will protect the auto industry, jobs, and address affordability. Critics argue it'll lead to more gas-guzzling cars, higher air pollution, and higher prices at the pump.
Now's your chance to weigh in. Scan the QR right there on your screen and answer this question. Do you think fuel economy standards should remain in place? Right now, the noes have it. Let us know what you think.
The family of a man killed in a U.S. airstrike in the Caribbean is filing a complaint with the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights.
It's all related to the September 15th incident in which Alejandro Carranza was killed. The family found about the bombing on television.
Attorneys argued the strike was illegal. Carranza's family saying he was just doing his job. They're looking for compensation for the U.S. to stop strikes as well. The White House has yet to comment on this complaint.
It's believed to be the first legal action against the Trump administration's campaign against narco-terrorists. Today, Admiral Frank Bradley will brief lawmakers on Capitol Hill on a separate controversial incident. That would be the strike on September 2nd.
2 survivors from that first strike were killed in the second strike, and now a source familiar with the incident said their survivors were deemed to be, quote, still in the fight.
Yeah, they said, first of all, the boat was not destroyed. It was damaged, not destroyed. And they said, second, these people who were in some degree of wreckage were still in communication with other vessels, could have called in backup. They are gathering some of the cargo of drugs that the boat had been carrying, we now know. Both the White House and Hegseth are standing behind the decision to hit that boat a second time.
Good morning. It is 7:32 and it's a sloppy day along the Gulf Coast.
Cold and wet, Brooke. We got the bonus for a Thursday.
Yeah, and we're going to be looking at those wet conditions lasting into the beginning of your weekend. So we're going to see it tomorrow and Saturday. So right now we do have the clouds around. It is going to be looking very dreary today. We do have a little break from the showers over our coastline, but that is not going to last too much longer as the rain chances will continue to increase. And you can see some of that heavy rain mainly to the north. We do still have some showers that are going to continue continue. So there's a look. Crestview about to see some heavy showers. It is very isolated and it moves fast. Those heavier little pockets, but they are going to be mixed in throughout the next couple of days. Now, as for your temperatures, right now we're in the 40s. We are going to be seeing temperatures in the 50s for your highs today. Not going to warm up too much. It's just going to be because of the clouds and the rain that we're expecting. Your winds right now anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the east, fairly light overall, and we will be looking at your rain chances staying high through the rest of your day today and heading into Friday and Saturday. Now, we do have some good news for the rest of the week and heading into that Sunday. We'll talk about what Sunday holds coming up.
It seems that the rain is your only real issue this morning. Take a look outside here, Davis Highway near the interstate. Light traffic there moving smoothly.
If you're trying to get into the spirit, there are a few holiday events to look forward to over the next couple of days.
All right, Lillian with their annual Christmas in the Park. It'll be Saturday at the Lillian Recreational Park. Santa arrives by helicopter. Children can take their pictures with him, plus the fire department, local vendors, live music, kids area, tree lighting, all starts at 3 o'clock.
St. Mary's Episcopal Church is hosting the Winterfest Arts and Crafts Fair. That's tomorrow and Saturday at the church on Oak Street in Milton. Handcrafted gifts, custom jewelry, artwork, wood crafts, as well as food and treats. That runs 11 till 5 on Friday and 9 till 2 on Saturday.
When the morning current continues, back to our favorite story. We have new video of the drunk raccoon in Virginia, and we'll hear from the officer that helped sober him up.
Man, I love this job, right? We also are going to talk about a cheese recall in dozens of states, the products you will need to look out for.
Let's worry about that together in about 2 minutes. Right now, let's just enjoy a coffee break together.
Well, you know what the world needs more of? It needs more drunk raccoon videos.
Yes. Yes.
This has been our
Yes.
favorite story for a couple of days now.
Yeah, producers are calling it the gift that keeps on giving, because before we only had photos of the little guy, but now the Alcoholic Beverage Commission in Virginia has released the video of the drunk raccoon.
Well, apparently he broke into sort of the liquor store in Ashland, Virginia. He was walking up and down the the shelves and knocking over all the bottles of liquor, and they broke. And he decided, well, let's take a sniff and a
Gonna
taste
be
of this.
great.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you saw the photo of him just passed out. He literally somehow made his way into the bathroom before he passed out. Very human-like of him.
Yeah.
Animal Protection says the store owner called dispatch after they found broken bottles when they opened the store, and they found the passed out raccoon. So the officer who responded had a few things to say about what they found.
I did see his eyes going back and forth like a typical drunk person, and he obviously could not stand up. So that told me that he needed to lay down for a little bit in order to regain his consciousness. And he was probably in the back of the shelter for a good 6 hours before he was able to pick up his head.
Yeah, Officer Samantha Martin was the one who took the poor guy to the shelter to sober up. She says, as strange as it is, it's not so surprising.
As far as intoxicated raccoons, this is a first for me, but in general, raccoons, they get themselves into so many things. I'm constantly fishing them out of dumpsters all the time. Trash cans, under cars, you name it, that's where they're at. They love to get in trouble.
Martin went on to say that they don't have any more footage because at one point he fell through the ceiling, took out a security camera.
Oh, wow. He was on a heist.
Oh my gosh, and he is okay. They released him to the wild. He's just looking for another store to hit as soon as he can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can see these stories and more on WEAR's YouTube channel. Top local and national news, YouTube shorts, and the Morning Minute. Quick bite of content for you. Search WEAR News on YouTube.
When the Morning Minute will continue, well, health insurance rates are going to go up, it seems, for a lot of folks. What are they going to do? What's their plan? We'll take a look. Oh, do you like your shredded cheese? Well, there's a big shredded cheese recall getting renewed attention from the FDA.
Yeah, it was first issued by the Great Lakes Cheese Company in early October. They said the cheese could have metal fragments in it, some kind of issue with the supplier. Now, this week, the FDA aligned the recall, reassigned it, if you will, to Class 2. That means eating the cheese could cause temporary or reversible adverse health issues.
The classification includes a note that the chances of a serious health problem are, quote, remote, sold in 31 states, including Florida, Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi.
At stores including Aldi, Target, Walmart, and Publix. Now, there are dozens of private label store brands amongst all of those. Borden, Good and Gather, Great Value, Publix brand, Happy Farms, which is Aldi, and it's a variety of blends and sizes, so you want to pay attention to that one.
So all the cheese comes from the same place. Scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to more information, including a full list of the affected products by sizes, UPC codes, and best by dates.
Some Americans covered by the Affordable Care Act are now considering going without health insurance if the monthly premiums get too high.
There's a poll by the Kaiser Family Foundation. Premiums increasing in 2026, we think. Also, premium tax credits that help lower monthly payment costs for 22 million of us, set to expire at the end of the year unless Congress does something about it.
This survey included 1,300 adults between 18 and 64. They did it last month after open enrollment had started. 1 in 3 people said they would shop for a cheaper plan if their premium payments double. 1 in 4 said they would just give up their coverage altogether if they were faced with the same scenario.
6 in 10 Americans say they can't afford an increase of $300 a year without significantly disrupting their household finances.
Alrighty. What?
But we talking about the Powerball now, or are we talking about that later?
Yeah, that was my question as well. Are we? We're lost.
I had a great segue in mind, but I guess I can't use it.
Okay. We're free to talk about Powerball. There's no
okay,
restricted
can I do my
information.
segue?
Yes.
Well, if you're one of the 1%, you don't have to worry about your insurance bills.
Yay.
Win the Powerball, and you go right up to 1% status.
Okay. I think we would take that. I think all of us have plans to do a little redistribution if we win, also. So there's that.
Yeah. I mean, well, I'm not going to play, so I can't win.
But if you did, you could win $820 million with a cash value of $383.5 million.
Saturday night drawing, jackpot last one in September. Winning numbers for you on WEAR News at 10 o'clock. I may invest $2.
But I like, Brooke, you're fiscally responsible. You're not just tossing your money away on maybes. That's cool.
See, all the holiday drinks are out, like at all the coffee shops, so I'll just waste my money on a fun holiday drink.
Well, that's a great part about living in America. You can waste your money any way you'd like.
But at least I'm getting something in return versus Powerball. I feel like I'm not going to win.
Well, it's a good afternoon to savor a lovely holiday drink inside where you are dry.
Vanessa said not with that attitude. I won't win. Well, I'm not going to play, Vanessa, but we are going to be seeing some very wet weather. It's a perfect day to go out and just get a nice warm cup of whatever you want, tea, coffee. It's going to be chilly and rainy, so not the prettiest day. Anything that'll help bring you joy today. We do have the clouds around right now, and we're going to be seeing that rain continue. So we already have the rain around. Right now we do have those showers that are this morning. They are going to continue through the afternoon. There's a look at where we're seeing some of a break, but it is still looking quite heavy. Bay Minette dealing with that heavy rain now. That rain chance is going to not end now. We're going to still see some heavier showers build right back in. Where we're seeing that break, it's not going to last long as you get closer to the afternoon. So keep this in mind for traveling around today. If you are heading out and about, getting on the roadways, you're going to be experiencing those wet roadways with pockets of those heavy showers. So you want to make sure you are staying safe as you are traveling. Just give yourself that extra time to navigate this. Heading into the evening and nighttime tonight, it'll get a little more spotty. We will still have rain around. It's just not going to be quite as widespread, but that changes as we head into your Friday. Really going into that Friday late morning, afternoon, those showers spread out, and then they're going to be fairly constant through the rest of that day on Friday and through the overnight. So we're going to be dealing with rain through the nighttime going into Saturday morning, and it's going to continue through Saturday morning, afternoon, and into the early evening, but it should come to an end as we head into those nighttime hours on Saturday. You can still see some of those heavier showers here. Going into end of day Saturday, the rain showers will move out, and we will be looking at some clouds still left over, but they clear out as well, and then we'll see some some sunshine as we head into your Sunday. So we do have an improving forecast for the end of the weekend. Overall, when it's said and done, the next 3 days looking like we're going to pick up a couple of inches of rain, anywhere from 2 to even 3 inches of rain at the heaviest. So we will be looking at this over the 3 days time. So it's not going to be falling all at once. So we're not going to be looking at too much of a flood risk with this. And it is much needed rain in the area. So certainly going to be beneficial for us. Let's talk about those temperatures. 40s right now. It is chilly. So you want to make sure you're prepared for the cool weather as well as the wet weather. We do have temperatures in the 50s for this afternoon. So it's not going to warm up too much with all of the rain and the clouds that we have for today. Sea-Chart Marine forecast. We have 1 to 2 feet for the Gulf. Winds are out of the east-northeast at about 10 to 15 knots. And we do have your red flags flying with a good chance we could see those green flags later on today. Let's take a look at your week ahead. Wet weather for today, Friday, and Saturday. It's going to be a very unsettled pattern through Saturday before we see things improve. By Sunday, we will have that improvement. Temperatures will get into the mid-60s. We will have sunshine as we head into the beginning of next week. So this unsettled pattern doesn't last long. It just brings us that much needed rain before things start to dry out. You can see those temperatures after the rain actually a bit warmer. By Sunday, we're going to be in the mid-60s. So we will start to get a little more fall-like as we head into Sunday, and we'll stay in those low to mid-60s all the way through at least Wednesday with lows in the 40s and 50s.
At 7:48, let's get a look outside, shall we? Check out traffic on the Escambia Bay Bridge, moving smoothly there. Just the rain, the only issue for you this morning.
And stay with us. Spotify Wrapped is officially out. The musician earning the top global artist spot.
Let's talk about Spotify. They've got their Wrapped recap on social media for everybody. I don't do Spotify, but if I did, Emerson, Lake and Palmer and Jethro Tull would be at the top of the list.
I guess they tell you, right, what you've been listening to most all year, and then they even tell you like your Spotify age or something.
Yeah, they'll tell you your age, they'll tell you your top podcasts and everything. My Spotify age is 23.
Well,
Very
how
good.
awesome is
And
that?
who do they say you listen to all the time?
Bad Bunny.
Well, funny you should mention Bad Bunny. Apparently, he is the most listened to artist across the board. Apple Music does something similar if you do that, but across the globe, Bad Bunny was streamed 19.8 billion. Billion with a B
I
time.
probably accounted for 10 billion of those streams.
He should get you a little prize.
He took out Taylor Swift this year.
That'd be tough.
Yeah. They've been back and forth.
Yeah, close enough. I mean, come on.
Okay, so it was after Bad Bunny, Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Drake, and Billie Eilish. K-pop Demon Hunters, by the way, was the second most streamed album.
And I've already seen Vanessa's, and that was on her Spotify rap.
Let's talk to AJ, producer AJ. She has an interesting take on the Spotify Wrapped from
Yes.
her point of view, which is what?
Well, the mom point of view, because my Spotify Wrapped is really my children's Spotify Wrapped. And actually, it's even less cool than that because I don't have Spotify. I do the Apple Music recap, which is generally accepted as the not cool one. So I'm sorry, everyone. I
Man,
don't
you're
have
just
Spotify,
not cool on so many levels.
It's
AJ.
not. It happens. It happens. But my top artists are like, let me think. K-pop Demon Hunters is on mine because we listen to it every time we're in the car. Vanessa, Brooke, you're right. Vanessa, that I think you said was your second most streamed album. I also have a lot of. I still have music from the Cars soundtrack that pops up in my my Spotify Wrapped. Pink Pony Club is another our favorite of Lila's that we listen to a lot. So once you have kids, it's not that accurate anymore. I'm sorry, it's taken over.
That's,
And it didn't tell you your Spotify age because I'd like come back like 5 or something like that.
It was 3.5 years old. That's it.
maybe you should consider getting a separate account somehow and splitting the difference. Maybe, and you could be listening to Emerson, Lake and Palmer as well. No one in this room knows who they are.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
like-
You said it, and I was like, oh, cool. I'm like, I don't know.
All right, hi to everybody in the control room. Thanks for that. We've got much more ahead on the Morning Current, but first let's look at some pictures.
All right, this is Tana from Tana Heron. Oh, sweet Lola enjoying the Christmas tree. She loves it.
And
That's
she's
so
so
cute.
good, yes.
Good morning, Ed Birch. This is entitled, well, I didn't title it Wow, but he entitled it Sunset in Perdido Bay.
Absolutely beautiful.
The Morning Current will return momentarily.
We are going to be looking at those high rain chances as we head through Saturday, so it is going to be a wet couple of days. Make sure you have the umbrella, the rain jacket. Make sure you're staying nice and safe if you are traveling on the roadways. We're going to be looking at temperatures on the cool side all the way through Sunday, and then or Saturday, then Sunday. That's when we do have some sunshine mixing back in. We will have temperatures warming up. We'll get into the low to mid 60s as we go into the beginning of next week, and the beginning of next week looking nice.
Before we leave you, I want to let you know we have a little bit of breaking news here. Federal authorities tell us that they've arrested a Virginia man. This in relation, you may remember, to the pipe bombs that were placed at DNC and RNC headquarters in D.C. on January 6th. They say they have a man in custody. More to come.
We'll be tracking that throughout the day, as well as all your local news developments. And then there's the Friday edition of the Morning Current. Join us tomorrow at 7. It's going to be an extra good time.